everyone, and
Hello,
welcome. Welcome to our live broadcast. Jodie, take it away.
Today, guys, we're going to have some a bit of paranormal chat, bit of Q&A, and I think I'm just saying what's on the bottom of the screen actually, and a bit of Franny. I said it right. Nice bit of Franny on the show.
If you say that wrong, you're in trouble.
See, this is what happens when I'm left to. Well, when we're left to introduce the show.
Yeah, it's like the parents have left the naughty kids in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell mum of you.
So anybody that's just joined us, we are waiting for Chris and Shell to come back, and then we're going to get on with the show. So yeah. Okay, I've just had a message off Shell on the top of the screen. Hi, just get sharing. Okie cookie. I'm not very good on this sharing. Like, where'd you share it from? Share it from the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just trying to...
You share it from YouTube, don't you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Oh my god, I see myself on the screen. Hi, Anne. Just help us out. Can you help us out, Anne, and share a bit as well?
Yeah, we're struggling to find the right settings.
Sure.
Right now.
Hello, everybody. Wow, slow.
I've got it balancing because it was getting a bit hot. Okay, so the idea is we are going to do a bit of Q&A, a bit different this week because we're on Facebook. Hopefully we can get a few different people involved, a few new...
No, we're on YouTube, Shell.
What?
We're on YouTube, not Facebook.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're on YouTube this week and not Facebook. So we'll hopefully get a few new people coming and saying hi. We are just currently sharing out the live feed. I've got an echo. Oh, it's Chris playing it on his phone. So yeah, any questions? We're also going to get the doll out in a little while. She is set up already in the office. Let me show you. There she is, the Franny cam. Jodie, be serious.
She said that to me, and she cracked the same smile you just did, and I was just thinking, yeah, he's gonna have such a tough time with that.
Oh, what a lovely Franny we've got.
Even Fran's gone. Even Fran's gone.
The thing is, I used to get these jokes as a kid anyway because of my name, and I'm like...
So the plan is we are going to do a little bit of Q&A, leave Franny in the background running with the K2, and in a little while Chris is going to go into the office and see if he can get the pendulum going with Franny.
Yep.
He's going to go play with Franny.
You look confused, like you didn't know that was the plan.
Changed the plan a few times. He said no this morning. Yes. He said no, I'm not sure. So that's fine.
Okay.
Are you crying, Fran? I am really as well.
Not my camera.
You know when you like can't laugh, it's not funny, and then it just makes it funnier. It's like, oh my god. Yeah.
So let's give you a bit of an update on Franny. Monday, the dogs got hold of Franny whilst myself and Chris were at work and give her a little bit of a beating up. As you can see, part of her dress has been damaged. They did rip some of her stuffing out. We've repaired her. We've hopefully done all we can to fix her back up. She's not too badly damaged, just the dress mainly. So bit of sad news. Chris was very sad about it. It's helped him bond with the doll though. So whilst he was repairing her, he managed to spend some time with her, and he's gone from being afraid of her to now being quite protective over her, which is good. The other thing to note is today, you'll see this bit of footage on next week's M&A TV, but today, whilst the whole family was upstairs, Franny was left in the office, mainly because that's the safest place for her, because there's no dogs allowed in there. And when we come, when Chris came downstairs a little while later, there was music playing, and he went into the office just because that's where the music was coming from, only to find Alexa playing lullaby music. Oh, Alexa, stop.
Now you listen.
Obviously, nobody was in there to connect her. Now, we do know that there is the occasional time where Alexas do glitch out, and people are obviously they start playing by themselves. Jodie's finally read the comment.
Catch up, boy.
But the timing, the music that was playing, and everything.
Be careful when saying, Alexa,
possibly being Franny responsible
over there.
So we'll make a note of that and keep an eye for more activity of that kind.
Yeah, I find it. I mean, obviously, you have to sort of think like there is a glitch there that causes Alexa to start playing, but I think the thing for me that really sort of says there is something going on, that there's more possibility of something going on, is that it was playing children's lullabies.
Well, maybe Franny's a little
something that any of us in this house have ever played before.
It usually glitches and puts something on that's in a playlist that's registered to the device or something on recent history. So it's not really incredibly random. But what I find more strange was that Shell was trying to ascertain the source of the problem and what was going on, what was happening on what device. And she found out that one of the devices was playing the lullaby, like a lullaby station, like lullaby music and whatnot, like children's music. And obviously she was digging through it, which meant she was interfering with the device's operation, which meant it stopped. I realised this. I didn't sort of catch up until I got to the door, and then this happened, what Shell had actually done. And I heard the music stop, and I went to investigate. And as I got there, the Alexa just kicked back off again with another lullaby. And Shell, at this point, Shell had stopped doing what she was doing. And then I she said what, and I came back, she said what she'd sort of been going through. And I realised that she'd obviously got onto the device and started controlling it. And then started playing the music. And I told her the lullabies had kicked back off again. And she got it and sort of changed it round and stopped it for good. It's not gone back off again.
So, and according to the previous owners, the doll is supposedly around 11 years old. It's a girl named Franny, died of a childhood illness. I'm just going to pop Franny back on main screen, so you'll be able to hear us in the background, but we'll just watch her for a little while. if anyone has any questions, then please let us know in the comments and we'll answer those. Anyone gets any feelings about the doll, please let us know. So we did leave over about an hour and a half last night with the K2 and a locked off camera. We haven't gone through all that footage yet, but we will be shortly to see if anything occurred. Chris, in a little while, as I said, is going to give Pendulum a go. So Fran, what do you reckon to a name? Have you got any name in mind that pops up when you see her?
I don't know. I don't. I think Franny might be right. I just doubt that her father was named Frank. I think that might be a miscommunication in with the medium there. I just think it's a bit odd having a father named Frank naming their daughter Franny.
Yeah, I
You
was
can
thinking
understand
that
if they had a son passing the name on, but you wouldn't do it to a daughter. It would just seem a little odd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
agree
the
with you.
other possibility is perhaps that they didn't have any sons and that he wanted his name passed on, maybe.
Yeah, but it's just a bit of a.
To be
Bit of a
honest,
strange
I
one.
think me and Chris have both had this same feeling when handling her since the dogs attacked her. And that is the feeling of sadness. I felt when I was with her yesterday and I was just doing a little bit of repairing to her when I was holding her, I did feel really sad and emotional. I didn't cry, but I did feel very sad and emotional.
What I think is going on, my initial impression, like when she was damaged and I was like sort of repairing her, I think she was really, really upset. I mean, I can't pin this down like solidly because I don't know, but I kept saying sorry and I kept feeling so bad and there were tears. There's still often time to time there still are tears that roll down my face for no reason. And I said to Cheryl, I said, do you know what I feel like has happened is she's got really attached to her home that she was in and the people that she was with.
Sorry, Gillian. Yes, we're on about the doll again.
Hi, Gillian. What I feel like is she, like I said, she got attached to the people she was with, that she would deal with day in, day out. Not that camera just moved down for a second there. And that all of a sudden these people just decided to sell her off and move her to another home. Whether they explained it or not, it feels like she's kind of sad and hurt, and then all of a sudden she gets attacked by two dogs. You know, it's the energy has changed in recent days, but it still feels like she's kind of sad, and it did kind of make sense.
I think today's felt a little bit better with her though. I don't
Yeah.
think there's been that air of sadness around today, and the fact that if it was the doll responsible for playing the music, that might show that she.
No, I tell you what, Gillian. I do have a personal story to share. I'll share a personal story to share with you about dolls. Now, I don't really. I've not really told many people this because it kind of scares me, but not really anymore. Now, before I really let any woman back into my life, I was with my folks, and it used to be the same routine day in and day out. And there was a time when I was having some really, really bad nightmares, and they were waking nightmares. I'd be looking around my room, but I wouldn't be able to move. I could barely breathe, and I couldn't really fight back. And this doll with a knife would come and attack me every night. And just as the knife would go to sort of hurt me, I would wake up. And this would go on for week in, week out. And one night, for some reason, something snapped, and I said, enough is enough. And the same dream sequence would happen, but this time, somewhere I found, yeah, exactly, Anne, exactly. Somehow I found the strength to sit up slightly and raise my fist as if I was going to hit it. And this creature, whatever it was, would run for it. It literally ran in fear. And I woke up instantly. But the sort of even scarier thing was when I woke up, my body was actually in that position. I was sat up. As I woke up, I was sat up with my fist raised in the air as if I really was going to hit something. That's what scared me.
So going back to Anne's previous comments, maybe the previous house played nursery rhyme music, possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something she misses.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I know. Dolls can be kind of scary and creepy, but this one is haunted by a positive energy.
Yeah.
A little girl, so we're not too terrified of her. I think she's quite sweet, actually. So, again, if you've got any questions for the team, also the other thing I want to ask is, what kind of things would you like us to try out with the doll over the next few weeks as part of our M&A TV? We want to start doing a little short segment each week where we do different experiments with the doll. So what kind of things would you like us to see? What do you think would be good to try out with the doll? Everyone else is very quiet. Oh, sorry. There we go. We're all back together. So, Jodie, this is your first proper time of seeing the doll.
Yeah.
Have you got an initial impression?
I don't know. I can't. I was just going to send a message, but I'll say what I was going to say. I'll say what I was going to send in the message. I think for me, I'll have to actually be there and, have the doll near me to be able to, see if I can experience anything or, get a feeling from her. But when we were in the ancient ram, I didn't get any weird feelings from the paranormal detectives dolls or anything like that. So,
Yeah, same. I didn't get any weird feelings.
We'll just have to see, won't we?
So.
Yeah.
Also, I've been looking online. That's weird, Gillian, because I was saying the other week that every day for about a week I found a random 20p around the house. So I did have them all in my pocket at one point, but I just kept picking them up, putting them in my pocket. But,
you got a hole in your pocket, Shell.
Who called her Franny? So basically, that is the name that was given to her by a supposed psychic medium who was brought in to try and make contact with the doll from the previous owner. And they came up with the name Franny. Some of the other history is she was one of 9 siblings. Her father was called Frank. Her mother, I can't remember the name of the mother without looking.
No, no.
And they were quite poor, but they were happy, and she I keep reading the comments and losing my train of thought.
I'll do all the comments.
She was happy, but they didn't have a lot. So that's the previous history. Some of the reported activity, or she's responsible for turning electrical devices on, which was very fitting with what happened this morning. She reportedly opens cupboards and leaves them open. You can often hear her walking around and running up the stairs. And I think that was about it. I can't remember off the top of my head anything else. But oh, weird! Under the pillow. That was really odd.
What I want, I had some without disclosing stuff about my financial situation, right? So Gillian just said, like, it's the same as. It's supposed to. We'll get to that in a minute. She said it's supposed to be the same as finding a white feather. Apparently, now I believe in this white feather power, because if we remember when we were having a barbecue, next to me, literally next to the barbecue, just out there, the other side, the other side of the window is a barbecue, and it sat like on a flower bed. Now beside me dropped a little white feather, that big. Just a little white feather just floated to the ground, and within about 5 minutes I got a call from one of the companies I'm connected to, and they came with some absolutely fantastic news which really made my day within minutes of this white feather dropping on the floor. So I find this finding pennies where you never saw them before.
I always thought finding feathers was like a sign that a loved one was near that had passed on.
No, that is robins. When a robin comes that close to you, he's not afraid of you. It's supposed to symbolise loved ones.
A blue tit came and landed on the door before, the door handle. Poked its head through the door, looked in, and then flew off. Honestly, it really did.
I don't know what blue tits symbolise, but I know what robins symbolise.
Any idea about blue tits, Jodie?
Nope.
Means you're too cold.
I can look that up if you like. Good old Google.
Hi, Aaron. Nice to see you. Also, anyone who's watching, do drop us a comment so we can do a shout out and say hi. If the idea that Franny has a level of self-awareness and behaved as suggested regarding being put into a new house and having this situation with the dogs, then are experiments on Franny a good idea? Of course they're a good idea. We need to know that she's haunted.
I do get the sentiment of what you're saying, though, Aaron. But before you cut me out again, whenever we go into an investigation, which Jodie will vouch for, I try to be the first one in and the last one out, with that mentality that I'm there to protect whoever's with me. Now, when we went to the Ram, before Jodie had his experience, I was aware he was approaching a seat which something was sat in, and it wasn't nice. And I was capable of sensing that much. That I don't get this hostile feeling from Franny, and I don't think that any experiment we perform will be particularly dangerous or risky in any way.
Right, guys. I've just looked up Blue Tits Paranormal. Okay, just in a general search parameters, and I get popular erotic paranormal romance novels.
See, I knew. As soon as you put tits into the search engine, I knew. Google is filth. As soon as you put anything remotely like that into the search engine, it loves it. It's got the best search result of any other search engine.
That blue tits means wrong one. You need a warmer bra.
You want to get blue tits, would you? Really?
You're using the laptop for the first time. Well,
I
first
think-
time in a while.
Well, I think what I might do is I might go into the other room now.
But yeah, I think
Try and
Chris
give
is
some
going to go into the other room.
You'll be able to hear me, but you won't be able to see me.
No, you. What? Are we going to have the pendulum going then?
Yeah, after a while, the pendulum's in there.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll sort it out.
So I'm just going to adjust the camera so I don't have to change seats.
I'm just going to go put myself another drink while we're waiting for Chris to.
I've actually found the proper meaning behind blue ticks appearing. If anyone wants to know that.
Yeah, go for it, Fran.
Okay, so it's a sign that love is on its way. So
A sign
you might
that-
have kind of- love is on its way. So it's a symbol of kind of new romance. Or interesting one.
I'm just messing around with the screen. Get rid of that. Yeah, we don't have any dowsing rods, Anne. It's something that as a team we have been looking at. Somebody suggested we make our own.
Well, yeah, all you need to do is get a piece of metal and just go. Bend
Yeah.
it. That'll rod. I'll have a look. While lockdown is up, I'll popped on an essential trip to B&Q or something, and
Anne says they're easy to make.
yeah.
Right. Just for the safety of this, you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to switch my phone onto airplane mode now, unfortunately, so I don't get any interruption on the K2 from it. I do, however, want to adjust this. So, yeah. So,
We're going to pop the big screen onto Franny, but you'll still hear us in the background.
yeah.
There we go.
Right.
Franny cam.
Everybody loves the Franny car. So
We're going to have to come up with a better name for it.
but that's her name. We can't, you know.
Yeah, we can't go until we find out for sure
Definitely.
what if her name is anything else. We'll leave it at Franny. I think Chris has been opening his palm chakra. You'll be pleased to know, Fran.
It's a good practice to get into.
Has Franny's face expression changed, by the way? Chris has moved the camera slightly in order to get himself in. But to be honest, I wasn't really paying that much attention.
Right.
Once we've established whether Franny is going to communicate with us through the pendulum, if you have a question, please post it in the comments.
Okay. Franny, are you there? If you are, give me a yes answer. Nice and strong, yeah? Okay. So now bring it to a standstill for me. Now give me your no answer. Wonderful.
From this angle, Chris, it is difficult for us to tell which way it's moving, so you might have to.
Okay, so it's going to be difficult either way you cut it. To be fairly honest with you, with the video, because you're fairly flat. Your dimensions are fairly flat as it is.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is you're going to have to just tell us whether you believe it's a yes or a no.
Yeah.
We've got the first question up, and that's from Anne. Is your name Franny?
Is your name Franny? Sweetie, is your name Franny? Okay, right. So that's actually saying no.
Okay.
But the interesting thing about that is I heard that myself to my left before the pendulum started swinging.
Interesting.
So I heard the word no before.
We've got the volume down on the laptop so that to prevent echoes. So I have to check that back. So just make a note of the time, 32 minutes.
Just before 32
Before
minutes.
that, I'll get some paper out so I can make a note of anything we want to check on. I'll also put a note to check up what Gillian said about her face moving. She now seems to be smiling a little bit more.
Do you mind us calling you Franny?
No, yes, Chris.
It's a no. So as you see it, if it's rocking to and fro from me, that's a no. If it's rocking to and fro towards the camera, that's a yes.
Okay,
so,
cool.
So you don't mind. Okay. So
Gillian gets the name Angela and Anne gets the name Mary. So do you want to go with Mary first and see if her name's Mary?
So what I'm going to do, sweetie, is I'm going to give you some names. Yeah? And you're going to swing the pendulum yes and no in response to them. Okay? Okay. Okay, so bring that pendulum to a standstill so we'll be able to understand you. Pull it down nice and tight. And that's it. Right, so I give you the name Mary. Okay. Now, just for kicks, I'll give you the name Angela. Right, so the pendulum's starting to change direction. So it's spinning because she's changing the direction of it. So I would say Anne is completely right. Your name's actually Mary, isn't it? There you go. Okay. Okay, so after each question, I'm going to ask you to bring that to a standstill for me. It's just so we can interpret you better, okay?
Yeah, well done, Anne. Yeah. Well done,
Yeah.
Anne.
Does the name Angela mean anything to you, Fran? Mary? That's going to take a while. No. You sure? Does the name Angela mean anything to you?
So we'll have to change the name on the Mary cam now.
Yeah.
So it does mean something to you.
It's Angela, your mother.
I think we'll stick with Franny until we can confirm again,
Yeah.
or maybe on a Ouija board session.
So before I ask Jodie's question, do you want to bring that to a standstill for me, sweetie? Let's bring that pendulum to a nice calm. Okay, so is Angela the name of your mother? I'm getting some serious energy through this pendulum right now.
Mhm.
Okay, so oh my goodness me.
Our friend thinks that it's possible her last name was Francis.
Okay,
Maybe her nickname was Franny.
thank you. So Franny, is your surname Francis by any chance? Mary, please excuse me. Mary, sweetheart, is your surname your last name? Is it Francis? Okay. So, okay, so that's a yes, apparently. So you're giving off a ton of energy.
Are you happy in your new home?
Bearing in mind you were ravaged by 2 dogs.
You're not happy, are you? I know that much. I know. Okay. It's the dogs, isn't it? They scared you, hurt you.
No?
Is it the dogs or is it us? Is it us? You don't like us?
Oh dear.
Do you dislike me?
Ask her if she doesn't like you because you left her in a position where the dogs could get.
Do you?
I left her in the position where the dogs could get her.
Yeah.
That was technically my fault.
Does that mean you like me then? You okay with me then, are you? That's good to know.
Oh, we've lost Fran.
Okay. So, oh my word. So Mary, is your mother here with you? No. Okay. I just had to check because I'm getting a lot of energy. Is that coming from you? Sort of. Yes. Okay.
Fran asks, can you ask her, does she like Wonky? Everyone likes Wonky.
So before you answer the question, I want you to bring that pendulum to a nice calm. That's it.
It's like everybody loves Raymond. Everybody
That
loves
Wonky, a cat. Nice positive answer, yeah? Give it a good swing. Right, that's it. Everybody loves Wonky, he's lovely. Wonderful. Think you could do a favour for me, sweetheart? You see that grey device that's leaning up against you? I know it's cheeky, sweetheart, but could you just light up a few of those lights on there for me? You think? Think you can manage that?
I guess changing.
Is it difficult? Yeah. It can be a bit difficult.
Anne says she finds spirit children do prefer cats. Jill, Wonky is our little cat. I posted a picture on last week's M&A TV. He's called Wonky because he's got a deformed face and his nose and mouth are pushed to one side.
Are there any other PowerPoints?
To look at, he does look a bit weird, but nobody else wanted him and everyone kept giving him away. So we rescued him and he's been with us ever since. So he's our little mad little boy. He's just gone outside, actually.
You don't exactly rise up against you, do you?
He does seem to be fond of the doll because when she was in the kitchen, on the kitchen table, every time we came in to the room, Wonky was sat next to her, which is unusual because he doesn't normally go up on the kitchen table.
Figure it out and see
Places in the kitchen, but you don't often find him on the table.
Anytime already. I'm not going to ask you again. That's not fair. So if you want to, like that. If you don't worry about it. Do I know who these people are? Yeah, I thought so. Right, so just clarifying something. Right, so her mother's name is Angela, but her mother isn't here. She's the one sending up all the energy up the pendulum at the moment because I'm feeling quite a lot of it. Mary, did you set off the Alexa earlier? You're not sure? There you go. No, she didn't do it.
Ask her if she would like us to play her some music when we leave her alone.
You heard the
Ask
question?
her if she likes listening to music.
Well, she's answering your question for you. She can hear you.
What
So that's a yes. Like I said, if she rocks that to and from the camera, that's a yes. If it rocks to and from between me and her, that's a no.
Okay.
So she has got a lot of energy. So you would like us to play you some music? Do you want us to play the same sort of lullaby music that was playing?
Hi, Brian.
And that's just getting stronger. Okay.
Yeah, Brian.
Hey, bro.
Nice to.
Okay, bring it to calm. Nice and calm, still that energy. Excellent. Okay. Right. So, are you in fact 11 years old? I shouldn't ask the lady your age, but you are.
Is that a yes?
Yeah, that's a yes. So I think I kind of do understand the sensation you were getting on your pendulum at your shop, because at the moment this young lady is kicking out a lot of energy, and it's traveling up this pendulum like nobody's business. Oops, sorry, am I not paying attention?
Brian, we just asked the doll if she set off the Alexa, and she said no. So we're going to put it down to just a glitch. But apparently she does like nursery rhymes and songs, so we might put a little bit of music on for her every now and again when we're not here.
That might soothe her, and that might, make her like living here.
So I'm the only one. Me and Wonky are the only ones you like in the household. The cat. Me and the cat.
She's probably
So
doesn't.
keen.
No, she's still getting useless. She probably doesn't like the kids because they say horrible things about her.
Hmm.
Anne asks, would you like to be left somewhere high away from the dogs?
Yes. Well, I will. I'm going to settle that again. We'll ask that question again because my shoulder's kicking off.
You might be able to hear the dogs in the background. What's going on out there?
Okay. It's the same question, Mary. Would you like to be left somewhere high and safe away from the dogs? Nice, strong answer, please. That's a good girl. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, with two young teenage girls, it's kind of yeah.
Yeah, the kids are the fan. Just come in. I'm going to put Jess on the screen with me now. She's going to come and let you know what she thinks of Franny. In a second. Oh, sorry, Fran. I've just put you singly on the screen.
Big screen, baby. Big screen.
And we're all on
Your
screen.
big screen debut.
Yeah, man. Mate, that article about, was it the British comedian, that had me reeling? That was funny.
Yeah, he's a character. Yeah, you should go and watch his YouTube channel. He's got some good sketches to be fair.
This is Jess. This is my youngest. She turned 13 the other day.
Dun, dun,
How do
dun.
you feel about Franny?
She creeps me out, and the first day that she was here, I barricaded myself in my room on my bed.
And what did you say you wanted to do to her?
Throw her out of a window.
That's not very nice, is it?
No.
You've got to be nice to her because she's only little, like you. She's a bit younger than you. So I think if you're nice to her, she'll get to like you. Might play with you. Traumatize the kids, you know. Anne says, happy belated birthday, Jess.
She'll play jokes on you, Jess.
So, I mean,
You have got some strength to you, young lady.
You're frozen, Sean.
Yeah.
Hello?
You're all right, Chris. We can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I think it's just Shell that's froze.
I know. Calm down. I know.
Wonder if Franny's doing that as well, causing some interference in.
Yeah, I think Chris is frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just us two then, Fran.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it doesn't turn into some weird horror film now and they cut back and Franny's taken over.
You can just imagine it, couldn't you? I am going to kill everybody.
Hear like the kids screaming and yeah.
Yeah, it's a massacre. You see the dolls just running around the house like this. Like a scene out of Chucky.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Right, we're back. Hopefully, my laptop died. We had a couple of issues there connecting, but hopefully you're all back with us and you can hear us and everything.
We're still here. Yeah, we're still
Yeah, we were just worried that Franny had gone on a rampage.
Well, I can tell you she wasn't terribly pleased when Jess joined us. I can tell you.
I don't think she's a big fan of the kids because they were a bit mean in what they were saying about her in front of us.
I've got a feeling that Fran was an only child, or that Mary was an only child. She didn't really get on.
According to the spirit, the medium, she was one of 9 siblings, so perhaps she was maybe the younger ones, and the older ones were a bit mean-spirited sometimes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So I think the next thing we will be trying with Franny, we'll give a spirit box a go, I think, next. And then possibly a Ouija board, but I think we're going to have to wait until you guys are available to come meet us and lockdown's over, because Chris, as we all know, is not a big fan of the old Ouija board. So
yeah.
I think it's more of a I'm not allowed to do it at the moment, because we tried at Danner's Mill. I gave in and tried it at Danner's Mill, but when I touched the Ouija board, it was like something was preventing the connection. The planchette was being stopped from moving, and I couldn't actually move my arm as it was until I was willing to take my arm off it. Yeah. So I have a feeling I'm not allowed to at the moment.
So great with once you got off the Ouija board, so that's.
It was fine. It was just I'm not allowed. For some reason, I'm not allowed to do it, and Rob seems to think that makes a lot of sense. To be fair,
got a big view of my boob there.
I don't mind. So
there we go.
So that's giving my arm and my poor body a rest for a second, because this young lady has a lot of strength about it.
Yeah, I've tried telling a man can you put Anne's comment on? To be a bit nice. I think it was just the initial reaction when she first came into the house. I don't think they actually meant what they said about her, but
it's just teenagerism, really.
Yeah.
I think Fran's right. I think something's formed between me, Mary, and Wonky, to be fair, because me and Wonky get on like a house on fire at the moment. Between me and Fran, we know why. But me and Wonky get on. She's getting on with me and Wonky at the moment. She's not sure about anyone else, and she's afraid of everyone else. And I think, given the answers we've just got at the moment, I think my theory might prove to be actually quite correct, that she's actually quite sad and frightened at the moment, having been moved from one place to another. She's unsettled and unsure and very frightened, so she's found a couple of people she thinks she can trust at the moment until she settles in and trusts everybody.
So aside from the doll then, does anybody else have any questions for the team?
For us in general, yeah.
I'm going to see if I can attempt to show Gillian Wonky now. I've got a picture of my phone. Oh no, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, turn the light down, because you're getting a reflection off the screen.
There's Wonky. There you go, that's a nice view. With his tongue out. So that's our little Wonky. There we go. That's our little Wonky. He spent all afternoon yesterday next to us, so you can see next to me in the bedroom. You can't really tell there, but his nose is a bit wonky and out of shape. So.
Yeah, it's he's daddy's little man now, so it's not surprising that he takes my place when I'm not around.
So yeah, any questions for the team? Brian asks,
sorry, let me do that.
Have you seen or felt anything that you can't explain with her? we did have that occasion the other night where she moved. She was sat on her box on the table, and when I went to the toilet, heard a crash, came down. Now the cat was in the same room with her, but the cat was fast asleep on a pile of washing next to the washing machine that was waiting to go in. So, I mean, it could have been her, but it was literally seconds later that I came down. And so, you know.
Right, I do have an admission to make. I think the first night we had her, I woke up in the middle of the night to some bumping that was going around, and I couldn't put my finger on where it was coming from. And for a minute, I thought it was coming from next door.
Yeah, because they can be quite noisy.
They can be quite noisy. And then I got up and had a quick look around. Hunter was downstairs alone. He was zonko. He wasn't moving. I couldn't see Scrappy anywhere, so I assumed he was in with the girls. The girls were asleep. Shell was asleep. So it was either the kids were bumping around, which if they are, they tend to keep bumping, and there was no more noise, or this young lady was moving around on the first night. But the trouble is, I'd say that now, but I was half and half, so I don't know. But I haven't heard it since is the problem. The only thing sort of in last sort of 24, 48 hours is when I'm in here, behind me in the hallway, I can hear things. So I've taken to shutting the dogs out of the utility room and the hallway altogether, so they can't come anywhere near me. So I know there's not going to be any shuffling noises, and I still hear them anyway. So
the other, Anne suggests using a cat ball with her. We haven't got any of them either. We're terrible. We've got like nothing.
we did have a dog ball.
We had a light up dog ball.
We had a light up dog ball, but we've lost that. We have no idea.
Yeah, that vanished. I will order some cat balls because they're only cheap. I'll get some off Amazon or somewhere and give them a try with her. So Anne says she got 4 knocks next to her last night. Yeah, so we're looking forward to running a few tests with the doll, see what comes up. Yeah, that's about it really for tonight, I think. Harry lashes out, lol, just be warned. Harry is one of Anne's dolls.
Oh.
Anne's the one to go to because she's got loads of dolls. She knows all the ins and outs.
Yeah. I've only just got into sort of being around them. I'm not sure I'm really that ready to go to Anne's house where she has a bajillion dolls. Like a Dr. Evil, bajillion, million, fifillion, million.
So anyway, I think that's about it for us tonight, unless anyone's got any more messages to say. Yeah, we will be taking her on some investigations. We want to particularly try her at Morton Corbett because that's been a few investigators, including ourselves, have reported the possibility of there being children in Morton Corbett.
It used to be, as much as it says Morton Corbett Castle, it was actually more of a home than it was a castle. I mean, the only real military action it saw was the English Civil War, and by that time, any sort of like homely lifestyle had gone because of the Civil War being on. But before that, the family that was there, it was just more of an estate. I mean, it's obviously still a fortified manor house, i.e. castle, but it was more of a home than it was anything else. So the idea that there are children there is actually quite logical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, so thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you again soon.
Yeah, every Wednesday, hopefully, sometimes on Facebook, sometimes on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll try and do different things as we can think of them every Wednesday night. Sometimes it will just involve little Mary and get her some limelight and put her on the TV, because she has a lot of energy. My arm is still tingling.
Gillian, it's Shrewsbury sort of way, so just the other side of Shrewsbury, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it is out that way. I think it's just slightly beyond Shrewsbury from us, but
yeah.
So it is out there. It's not that if you search Morton Corbett Castle, it is out sort of in the farmlands, which was quite interesting the last time we did actually go there, which was during the flooding period. And to clarify, it's fun because I have a Vauxhall Vectra, so it's quite low to the ground. And during the flooding period, we managed to get over a bridge which was actually over the River Severn, but we had to then turn off the main road onto sort of like a B road, and the B road was slightly lower than the bridge, which meant that the flooding that was coming over was deeper. So the bottom of my engine was touching the water, which was fun because I thought my engine was going to explode.
You're in Lancashire. It's
God,
quite
yeah.
away. Yeah.
Okay. Corbett Castle is right near the Shawbury Air Base, near Shrewsbury.
Yeah, you're up with Craig. You're up sort of near Craig Bryant, then, aren't you? Really?
I think we'd like to go up that way on one of our road trips.
Yeah, we've got several road trips planned. One of them is to Ireland. Hopefully, we'll go and see our pal Wolf. We'll go see some of the places there. He wants to come with us anyway. So he's, in as much as planning, I think it's just going to be us planning, like the region where he is, and we won't be too far away from him. But we'll be doing all the planning and trip and whatnot. But yeah, we're going to go back down. Our initial. I think what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and recreate our inaugural road trip again with a slight difference, because the way we did it before involved a lot of driving, which was exhausting.
Hopefully by the time we do the next one, I'll be able to drive, so
yeah,
take it in turns.
So what we're going to do is we're actually going to centralize our road trips from one location. So we're going to figure out where we want to go, what we want to hit, what we want to include in the road trip video.
Yeah, go for it, and you can message me. That's no problem.
Okay, and what we're going to do is we'll figure the special parts of the road trip. We'll actually just sort of give like a theatrical mention during the road trip video, but like investigations and history will actually be separate videos, and we'll actually sort of like tell you like where this video's come from, like the road trip. But we'll link it all in. But the road trip will be like all the nice sites, like the Wookiee Cave, Wookiee Hole Cave. Things like that will be on the road trip. Interesting sites, maybe mini day investigations and stuff like that. Places we go will be in the road trip videos. But we're going to try and recreate our first road trip because we lost a lot of that. Go back down, hopefully see the paths. The past investigators, paranormal and spirit seekers. Wonderful bunch of guys and girls, ladies, yes. Forget that. We're going to go see that, but we've got plans to go to Ireland, Wales, even Scotland. We're going to have a look at some of the Scotland videos and sort of northern England and stuff like that. So we've got a lot of ideas in our head for what we want to do for the road trips. So
yeah, right. So unless anyone else in the team has a message to say, I think that's about it.
No, okay.
All good.
Right, thanks for joining us then, guys. Get ready to end.
okay.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.